What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Brian's Random Thoughts. And today we are going to say hi to everybody. And we're going to jump into a video here today, which is probably going to be pulled down here very, very quickly because HBO has no sense of humor. But the video is called Along for the Pride, and it is by Bill Maher. So as we're going to watch this now, unfortunately, because it is HBO, I'm actually going to have to stop it and comment and then let it play, which I freaking hate. I totally hate. And I totally understand why you'd be upset about that. But they do not allow anyone to air their content without adding to their content. So I don't have much choice. Sorry about that. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to jump over here. Now, I did download this video. So by the grace of God, this will actually come off with no ads. So we're going to jump over here very quickly, and we're going to watch this. And then, like I said, I will have to stop it from time to time to comment, and then hopefully HBO won't give me another copyright strike. I might have a few. I don't know. I'm just not going to say anything. Let's just go ahead and let it run. All right, here we go.
And finally, new rule: if something about the human race is changing at a previously unprecedented rate, we have to at least discuss it. Broken down over time, the LGBT population of America seems to be roughly doubling every generation. According to a recent Gallup poll, less than 1% of Americans born before 1946, that's Joe Biden's generation, identify that way. 2.6% of boomers do, 4.2% of Gen X, 10.5% of millennials.
Okay, now I just want to say that as a number goes, the highest number I have ever heard has been 10% of the population. Now, I've heard numbers as low as 3 and as high as 10. But let's just see what happens next.
And 20.8% of Gen Z, which means if we follow this trajectory, we will all be gay in 2054.
Wow. So in 2054, according to normal trends, the entire population of the entire world will be homosexual. I love Bill Maher.
And then who's going to buy this chair?
Okay, who's buying this chair to start with? I'm sorry, this is like the Archie Bunker special, okay? Now, I have to say, as a dude, sorry, Mike's in the wrong place. I have to say, as a dude, I love the 2 cup holders, one on each side, because, one side's going to have the remote in it, and the other side's going to have a drink in it. I may have had a few of those before I did this video. Let's don't talk about that. That's an ugly freaking chair.
I'm just saying that when things change this much, this fast, people are allowed to ask, what's up with that?
Yeah.
All the babies are in the wrong bodies?
All of them?
Was there a mix-up at the plant, like with Captain Crunch's Oops, All Berries?
Okay, so I want to know if there is a Captain Crunch Oops, All Berries, why isn't there a marshmallow-based cereal that's nothing but marshmallows?
It wasn't that long ago when adults asked a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? They meant, what profession? In the wake of America about to lose abortion rights, the ACLU recently tweeted a list of those who would be disproportionately harmed by this.
Okay, the ACLU, if you followed the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, which will immediately get this video demonetized because I said her name, not his name, but because I said her name, instantaneous demonetization. This is the same ACLU that encouraged her to write a piece that was a lie. They encouraged her to write a piece that was fabricated. That's what the ACLU did. I don't care what the frick they have done throughout history. They're scumbag POSs at this point in history. They are proving that they don't give two shits about reality. They only care about the agenda they are trying to purport. And Bill will prove this out.
You would think women might top that list? No, wasn't even on the list.
Yes. The point is the repeal of the Roe v. Wade decision, which actually takes the legality of abortion back to the state. So each state will be allowed to establish whatever abortion rules they want. But from a federal level, the federal government will no longer have any voice in it. It will be up to the states. So what are we seeing here is we're going to see that the ACLU, again, does not care about what is actual civil liberty violation. They don't care about that. They only care about getting your money.
Second on the list was LGBT. Really?
The LGBTQ community, according to the ACLU, the LGBTQ community will be the one most adversely affected by possible restrictions, not even actual restrictions, but possible restrictions of abortion. How? Freaking how? How? I have a lot of gay friends, okay? I was a hairdresser. I have a lot of gay friends. None of them are affected by any abortion legislation, pro or con, because they're gay. They don't have babies. What is this all about? Well, it's not about what you think it's about.
Abortion rights affects gay and trans people more than, breeders.
Breeders.
I'm happy for LGBT folks that we now live in an age where they can live their authentic lives openly. And we should always be mindful of respecting and protecting. But someone needs to say it. Not everything's about you.
Yes. Not every decision that is made in a government or in any organization is about you. See, that's a problem, is we have a nation, straight or not straight, however you want to classify yourself. How is it that now that everything has to be about you? Since freaking when? Okay? Let me tell you something that I got told a lot when I was growing up. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're offended by it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It is how it is, and you should maybe grow a pair and be an adult. Hey, there's an idea. How about we not act like 5 or 6 year olds and we act like grown-ups and just accept reality and move the F on? I could be wrong.
And it's okay to ask questions about something that's very new and involves children. The answer can't always be that anyone from a marginalized community is automatically right. Trump card, mic drop, end of discussion.
This is also the people who are making all these comments about how we should be raising our children don't have children. If you don't have children, shut your effing mouth. I have 3 children. I have 2 minor and 1 very adult child. And let me freaking tell you something. If you've never had kids, you need to shut your fucking mouth about how I raise my kids, because you have no idea what you're talking about. See, because you're a narcissistic sociopath, you think that every thought that comes through your head is actually correct, and it's not. It's not. No, it's not. How is it not correct? Because no one except for your tiny, tiny, tiny little group of people who hang out with you and listen to your BS every day believe you. A logical person, a person who lives in the freaking real world, is going to look at you making decisions for other people. You're making decisions for other people, a thing that you would never allow. You would never allow another person to impact your life, but because you're a narcissistic sociopath, you think that you should be able to push your agenda that is contrary to nature itself. I'm not talking about the freaking Bible. I'm not talking about the Quran. I'm talking about any religious nature itself. You are talking about something that is in contradiction to nature itself, but I'm supposed to accept it because it's June. Yeah. Put the crack pipe down.
Because we're literally experimenting on children.
Experimenting on
Maybe
children.
That's why Sweden and Finland have stopped giving puberty blockers to kids. Because we just...
Two of the most open and accepting countries in the world. They were neutral for virtually every war that's ever existed on this freaking planet. And what are they saying? Well, they're saying, let's follow science. Let's follow the facts. Let's follow the facts that he's going to reveal. That, let me tell you something. The only reason why I picked this video and risked the copyright strike was because of the content. So hang on, boys and girls.
Just don't know much about the long-term effects, although common sense should tell you that when you reverse the course of raging hormones, there's going to be problems. We do know it hinders the development of bone density, which is kind of important if you like having a skeleton.
Or if you're an MMA fighter that was born with a dick and balls, and then you decide because you suck at MMA that you want to beat up women. So now you're trans and you're beating the shit out of women. Ladies, why do you tolerate this? Why do you tolerate this? Men are erasing you. Erasing you. They video after, get on TikTok. Why straight men should date trans men, trans women, because they're so much better. They're so much better than someone who actually was born with a vagina. Now, I don't know about you, but see, there are body parts I have, and I'm not interested in my partner having those body parts. I want to see and touch the stuff I don't have. Because if I have it, why do I need yours? I can just touch mine. So that's how that works with straight people. But that is not what is going on here. So pay very close attention to what he has to say coming up next, because I think it's freaking vitally important.
Fertility and the ability to have an orgasm seem also to be affected. This isn't just a lifestyle decision, it's medical.
No orgasm. No orgasm.
Weighing trade-offs is not bigotry. Yet when a book questioning the sudden uptick in transitioning children was released, a trans lawyer with the ACLU named Chase Strangio tweeted, "Stopping the circulation of this book and these ideas is 100% a hill I will die on."
The same ACLU that helped Amber Heard tell a huge freaking BS story about being abused when she was the abuser. She was the abuser. If you didn't watch that trial, then you probably shouldn't verbalize your opinion on it, because any human being with any monicum of intelligence whatsoever would have saw her sit on the stand and perjure herself repeatedly because the ACLU told her that everything she said was perfectly fine and there'd be no retribution for it, that everything would go fine.
How very civil liberties of him. Chase, by the way, has just been named one of the grand marshals of this year's New York City Pride March,
Pay attention.
along with 3 other trans people and a lesbian. Huh, what's missing here? Oh, right, a gay man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The LGBTQIA plus community doesn't include gay men anymore. Where are the gay men? I work with gay men. I've worked in salons with gay men. Where are they at now? I don't frickin' know. Because apparently you're not allowed to be gay anymore. You can't just be gay. You've got to be transgender. So if you're a guy who likes guys, then what are you? I don't know. I don't know. You have to dress. Now you have to dress up like, I don't understand that. I don't understand how it is that an organization that is supposed to be about people expressing themselves freely now are saying, well, you can express yourself freely just as long as you're not a dude.
That's where we are now. Gay men aren't hip enough for the gay pride parade. Compared to trans, gay is practically cis, and cis is practically Mormon.
I'm sorry. I hate Mitt Romney. He's just like, to me, he's like a complete and total hypocrite. That's not the point. That's not why we're in this video. But that's a beautiful transition from one to the other. See, because here what you have is someone who was born a woman that decided they were a man. And so what they did was they took testosterone so that they could grow some facial hair. But let me tell you the reality of the matter. There's still a vagina and there's a fake penis. That is the reality of the matter. How are you even going to reproduce? I'm not understanding this here. Why can you not just be homosexual? I'm not getting it. Why is it that it appears by everything that I have seen so far, why is it that the trans community is against the gay and homosexual community? Why is that? Well, why is it? We're going to find out why, because it talks about it.
And this is a phenomenon we need to take into account when we look at this issue. Yes, part of the rise in LGBT numbers is from people feeling free enough to tell it to a pollster, and that's all to the good.
Very
but
true.
Some of it is, it's trendy. Penis equals man? Okay, boomer. Remember, the prime directive of every teen is anything to shock and challenge the squares who brought you up. It's when nobody gets a nose ring at 56.
What? It's possible that a young person might be influenced by society? Clearly you don't have kids.
And if you haven't noticed that with kids, doing something for the likes is more important than their own genitals, you haven't been paying attention.
Clearly, you've not been paying attention. If you think your 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-old has any grip on reality whatsoever, you're a really bad parent. Okay? I have 3 children, and I can tell you for a fact that if you took everything your 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-old said, literally, you would be a freaking insane person. Actually, it's not an insane person. It's a narcissistic sociopath who needs all the attention. See, You need everybody to be looking at you. You need everybody to be talking about you and your family. You need to be the center of attention. They're going to be doing a video on this very, very shortly. There is a girl, a young girl who her entire life was one struggle after another till she turned 24 and she found out that her mom was a fucking liar and she stabbed her to death. The daughter stabbed her mother to death because the mother was so narcissistic that she created false maladies for her daughter and ruined her life. Oh, wow, that could never happen anywhere else. No.
Dr. Erica Anderson is a prominent 71-year-old clinical psychologist who is herself transgender and who now says, I think it's gone too far. The LA Times summarizes, she's come to believe that some children identifying as trans are falling under the influence of their peers and social media. If you attend a small dinner party of typically very liberal, upper-income Angelenos, it is not uncommon to hear parents who each have a trans kid having a conversation about that. What are
So if you missed what he said, is he's Angelinos is people who live in Los Angeles. It's the city of angels, Los Angeles, and Angelinos is how they refer to themselves. So these are people who are clearly not living in reality.
the odds of that happening in Youngstown, Ohio? If this spike in trans children is all natural, why is it regional?
Gosh, Bill, super left-wing Democrat Bill Maher, how dare you say that this entire thing is regional? Oh, it is. Oh, shit. Yeah. It actually is regional, and it's not nationwide, and it's very much set in pockets, and it's very much driven by the freaking dollar. If you don't understand what that means, then you need to research how much money it takes to give your son or daughter hormone blockers, and then look at how much money it costs to have gender reassignment surgery. Follow the money.
Either Ohio is shaming them or California is creating them.
And I would say California is creating it, as the audience agrees.
It's like that day we suddenly all needed bottled water all the time.
I'm thirsty.
If we can't admit
thirsty?
that in certain enclaves there is some level of trendiness to the idea of being anything other than straight, then this is not a serious science-based discussion. It's a blow being struck in the culture wars using children as cannon fodder.
Yeah. And I just have to say, as a parent, well, actually, by YouTube rules, I'm not allowed to say what I want to say. Deal with your own children. And if you don't have children, then you have no right to talk about how children are sired, how they're reared, and how they are trained. Because you have no horse in the race. If you think children should be taught differently, then you should have your own children. You're not going to tell my kids what to do, because my kids have functioning brains and they understand that what you're trying to do is to justify your own behavior by finding someone else who agrees with you. What? Yeah. Welcome to reality, crackhead.
I don't understand parents who won't let their 9-year-old walk to the corner without a helmet, an EpiPen, and a GPS tracker.
EpiPen.
And God forbid their lips touch dairy. But
Yeah, because that'll kill you. Be the gas at least.
But hormone blockers and genital surgery, fine.
Cool.
Talk about a nut allergy.
best application of the phrase nut allergy that I have ever heard. Can't take it, can you, Stace?
I guess penises are gross now, but one might come in handy later on.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you were born with one.
And if you're a man who wants to experience life without a pair of balls, you do not have to get surgery. You can get married.
The only joke in this entire video that I saw coming, because that has been the running joke for generations. If you want to know what it's like to live without balls, just get married.
I kid. Oh,
He's got a couple exes. Expensive.
And never forget, children are impressionable and very, very stupid.
Very stupid.
Kids
Very,
don't know why
very.
mom drinks every day or
That's
why
dad.
dad has 2 cell phones.
There's no reason for
Maybe
that.
the boy who thinks he's a girl is just gay. Or whatever Frasier was.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I still don't know. I love that show, but I have no idea.
Maybe the girl who hates girly stuff just needs to learn that being female doesn't mean you have to act like a Kardashian.
Because they're not real women. They're all plastic. Am I the only person that's noticed that? They're not real women. There's nothing about them that's real. They talk like they're real women. They're not real women. There's no part of their life experience that correlates to what the average woman has gone through. So just ignore them. It's entertainment. It might as well be freaking Pixar.
Maybe childhood makes you sad sometimes, and there are other solutions besides hand me the dick saw.
Yes. He just said, hand me the dick saw.
And look, I'm sure the vast majority of parents do not take this lightly, and that it's very hard to know when something is real or just a phase. Yeah. And I understand being trans is different. It's innate.
Yes, it is. I'm not trying to dismiss the conflict in any way, shape, or form. But what is happening now is not helping.
But kids do also have phases.
Very much.
Kids, it's all phases. The dinosaur phase, the Hello Kitty phase.
Yep.
One day they want to be an astronaut, the next day you can't get them to leave their room.
Yep.
Gender fluid. Kids are fluid about everything.
Everything. Everything. They have no idea what the world is about. Why are you letting them make decisions about their genitalia? Do you guys know? No, I'm sorry. This video is going to be freaking super long. But can I tell you something that you may not know? That when you give your boy hormone blockers, his whole life. Because the second that you give him hormone blockers, his willy does not grow anymore. And then what happens when he's 17, 18, 19, and his hormones calm down, and then all of a sudden he realizes that, oh, wait, maybe I'm a man. Well, maybe you're a man with a 1-inch dick now because your parents were too stupid to wait long enough for your hormones to settle down before they went through and made some major change in your life that cannot be undone. It cannot be undone. But you're going to go ahead and do it so you can sit around with all your drunk friends, all your alcoholic and drug addict and prescriptioned out of their fucking mind friends. You can hang out with all those people, and then you can have some street cred because your kid is trans, because you're a narcissistic sociopath.
If kids knew what they wanted to be at age 8, the world would be filled with cowboys and princesses. I wanted to be a pirate.
Yeah, me too. I still do, kind of.
Thank God nobody took me seriously and scheduled me for eye removal and peg leg surgery.
Oh, crap, Bill. You're killing me, dude. All right, guys. So, yeah. I apologize for the length of this video again. Just trying to keep this from getting a copyright strike. I just want to finish off by saying this. And listen, I really, now listen, those who know me, there's no question about this. A lot of you don't know me. Okay? For my gay and lesbian friends, they know I love them and I accept them for exactly who they are. And I would never ask them to be anyone other than who they are. Okay? Because I love them for who they are. And it's irrelevant who they desire. Who they are as a person is all that matters to me. Now, that may not be all that matters to you, but that's all that matters to me. What I have seen, and literally in the last 2 or 3 years, this has not been a long time. I'm 53 years old. I'm not a freaking young dude. But what I have seen in the last few years is an erasure of women. Women don't matter anymore. If you are born as a woman, you're freaking nothing. You're nothing. You have been replaced by men who, instead of just being gay, which is what they are, instead of just being homosexual, which is what they are, now they have to erase you. And so they have to look like you and act in a manner that no woman has ever acted in their entire life. Then now you're a skank and you're just a trashy hoe and you're nothing but a breeder and you're this, that, and the other. Because it's not about equality. It's about erasure. It's about men erasing women from the bedroom. Because now all of a sudden, if I really want to be happy, I need to date a trans woman. Well, no, I don't. I want to date someone with a vagina. And if you weren't born with one, I'm not interested. And you can try to guilt me as much as you want. But the reality is that you would not accept that. You would not accept that, but you think that I should. And the only reason that is because you're a narcissistic sociopath. And reality does not apply to you in any way, shape, or form. So you can say and do whatever you want without repercussion because you're going to claim the flag. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. Oh, I'm the other. Well, let me tell you something. What you are is a charlatan. What you are is someone who is trying to erase someone who is your competition. See, you think that you're one thing, but they are that. And because you can't accept the fact that you will never be what they are, then all of a sudden you have to get in the classrooms. And we got to subject our 5, 6, and 7-year-old children to drag shows. Why is that? Because you are so narcissistic that you need everyone to support you. That's what I think about everyone supporting me. Why would I care about that? Why do you care about that? Well, you care about that because you need validation in every point of your life. If you truly were secure in who you were, you wouldn't give two shits about anyone who did not agree with you. But that's not the world we're living in, is it? All right, gang. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate all the comments and stuff like that. I will be responding to you here very shortly. And I will see you guys again next time. Thanks for stopping in. HBO, please be kind. Please don't pull this down immediately. All right. I love you guys. I really do. Okay. All right. And for all you stopping in, I appreciate you stopping in. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.